fashion stile italiano, and yes, another Italian intro, because today is part 2 of my how to snag that elusive Italian girl style series. So I got a great response from you asking for a little bit more detail on this subject. I will link the original video up here for you. Today I thought I would go over some Italian wardrobe essentials as well as a couple of shop your closet looks based on very incredible Italian style personalities. And I've also got a couple of Instagram accounts that I follow that I find really inspiring in this space as well. First of all, I think it has to be said that Italian closet essentials do vary a lot from the French, because while the French tend to stick to a certain uniform, I do find that Italians, there is such a broad range, and because they truly dress for their body type and their own personal style, there isn't a lot of, say, conformity or hard and fast rules or essentials for them. But I have found some common elements that can be found in every Italian woman's wardrobe, so these are what I'm going to pinpoint. The first goes without saying, a great pair of shoes, and most likely more than one pair. I mentioned this in my first Italian style video that incredible quality footwear is absolutely essential in any outfit. Doesn't have to be expensive, doesn't have to be designer. It is all about a high quality shoe that is both stylish and comfortable. And as I mentioned, I'm pretty sure there's more than just one pair of these shoes in her closet. Similarly, a great bag. Again, doesn't have to be designer, doesn't have to be full of logos, and of course this depends on the generation, I think, of Italian women that we're talking about here, and also their style personality. My cousin's husband Luca mentioned that a lot of the younger generations of Italians really do like wearing designer and logo and trend-based pieces, so of course take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I do think no matter what, there is an appreciation for a great quality handbag. Again, I don't think there's just one incredible handbag in an Italian woman's wardrobe. I think she carries a really great bag for every occasion, but her bag and her shoes are really the key exclamation points on her outfits. The next essential is an elevated accessory. And I'm not talking about sunglasses or footwear and bags here. I'm talking about necklaces, jewelry, watches, a really cool belt. These smaller accessories play a very key role in any Italian woman's look. Whether her style is more on the simple end of things or a little bit more glam and elevated, there will always be an elevated piece. And I didn't want to say necessarily a statement belt or statement earrings, because this will vary depending on the woman and depending on her personal style. I didn't include sunglasses in that last category because they require their own. The sunglasses in an Italian woman's wardrobe are always being used, whether it's rain or shine, and they always typically have a very diva-like quality that adds to their outfits. Another wardrobe essential is a garment that is colorful or eye-catching or printed. And again, this is going to vary greatly depending on the Italian woman, because she knows where she wants to place the emphasis on her body and will know how this beautiful statement garment will come off best. A beautifully fitted coat, jacket, or blazer, whether as outerwear or as a fitted part of an outfit, having that beautifully tailored and structured piece adds that elegant sophistication that Italian women seem to always exude. And I think what's really important is that beautiful tailored fit that really accentuates her body. Incredibly well made and well fitted undergarments are another absolute essential. Making sure that they fit really well so that there are no lines or bulges, and also so that you feel comfortable even before putting your outfit on, is really important. And finally, last but not least, in fact, this probably should have been my first essential that I listed, but attitude and confidence. Number one. I mean, have you ever seen an Italian woman wandering around the street and looking defeated? Absolutely not. Even if she is, even if she's having one of the worst days of her life, you can bet that she will still look fabulous. So attitude and confidence, I am sure, is somewhere hanging up in her closet somehow, because trust me, it is put on every single day. As for some resources, if you're interested in Italian style or just getting inspiration, I would highly recommend the book called Bella Figura, and this really explains that whole attitude and also that mindset that I discussed in the first video. I will link to it down below. A couple of Instagram accounts that I think are great for Italian style inspiration are this new one that one of you told me about, actually, so thank you so much because it's fabulous. It's Glam. Oh god, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. It's called Glam. I never know if it's Shura or Skura. Anyway, I'm gonna link that down below and pop something on the screen here. This is more advanced style of Italians, but it's just the coolest account. I also love Giovanna Battaglia. Temu McPherson, who I've mentioned before on the channel, she's actually not Italian, but she lives in Milan and has been living there long enough to really allow that Italian style to permeate all of her outfits. I also really like Giulia Tordini and Nicoletta Reggio. Okay, a little bit of a shop your closet exercise. I've broken down 2 looks so that I can recreate them from my own closet using what I already have. In fact, I did this a whole bunch of times for the lookbook in the original video, and let me know in the comments below if you would like me to actually kind of walk you through the breakdown of those looks as well, because I can always include those in my regular Shop Your Closet series. Okay, let's jump in. This first look by the incredible Giovanna Battaglia. Before jumping in and just pulling things out of my closet, I break these looks down into 3 styling elements that are really within my control and that will help me take my eyes off of all of the things that I don't own and everything that I actually do and can manipulate within my own closet. So the first thing that I look at is what is the overall style vibe that this outfit is giving off. And definitely, I think there's an element of edginess in there with the layered long sleeve. I actually think those are arm warmers. Definitely the metallic gives it that edgier urban vibe. Kind of slouchy sweater, the cozy scarf. All of that makes it a little bit more relaxed and casual as well. But I'm gonna throw in glam because metallic pants. The second thing I look at are the proportions and the silhouette. And when it comes to silhouette, there's a good amount of tension here between the great structured, really crisp lines of the pants and the loose and relaxed fit of the sweater. In terms of proportion, however, everything is super balanced and harmonious. Finally, I look at styling hacks, and this is really where the magic happens. It's about how you're wearing your clothes and not what clothes you're wearing. The first thing that I can see here is that she's really made a conscious effort to keep her color scheme in line with those metallic pants, and this is probably so that they can be more accessible for daytime. Her sweater actually looks as though it's untucked, but it's short enough so that we're still seeing her waist. The way she's tied her scarf, not loosely hanging down but knotted up around her neck, adds that kind of cozy casual factor. And I think also using a contrasting neutral accessory adds a pop of softness to her look. Okay, so now that I have assessed this look from a bit more of a pragmatic perspective, I'm going to dive into my closet and see what I can grab. I have gold pants, so that's what I'm going to start with. Mine are mine are a flared leg, and hers are a nice taper. I'm gonna lose the beauty of showing off a killer pair of heels. I think I'm going to stick with my gold palette. My Everlane bodysuit underneath this great Everlane cashmere sweater. I won't be able to make it so that my sleeves go all the way down to my thumb, which I think really does play into that whole edgy vibe, but okay, this is where my outfit is quite a bit different, I think, from hers, or going to be. I don't have a darker or contrasting scarf that has that kind of cozy-ish texture. So I'm gonna use my silk vintage Gucci because it stays within my color palette. And then I grabbed my gold purse. I just felt like a dark contrasting purse would have thrown it all off. And for shoes, my vintage Escadas. down this look, the style vibe is definitely very playful, fun, I want to say sexy. Look at those shoes. Elegant, and I also want to say sophisticated. When it comes to silhouette and proportion, I definitely think there is great balance, again, in the proportions. We've got knee-length skirt and elbow-length t-shirt. Drama isn't coming from the proportions here, it's coming from the very contrasting silhouettes. Finally, in terms of the styling hacks, she's kept this look simple because the silhouette and the proportion pairing are doing so much of the work. Definitely major contrasting colors is a styling hack here. Leaving the sweater untucked, I think, was a really interesting and deliberate choice. Obviously, that's her signature silhouette. And keeping everything else super minimal in this look is also a styling hack. I'm going to start off with the most kind of dramatic pieces. They don't have to be exactly like hers, but I am going to look for something that has a lot of texture and movement and flow on the bottom. Okay, here is my bottom half. It is not the same color or texture or even hem length, but none of that matters. What's the most interesting about this is that it's got that texture and movement that is really going to be juxtaposed against this just easy black crew neck sweater. For the shoes, I think hers definitely have a really cool combination of being bulky but also super delicate with the lucite. Mine are not cool lucite and black, but I do have a pair of Prada shoes. What a coincidence. And even though they're not exactly like hers, I really think they have like that chunkiness from the platform, but then super delicate straps on top. So I actually think these are going to achieve a similar look. Again, it wasn't about having the exact same shoe. We were able to break down the elements of the shoe and figure out what worked. Oh my goodness, should I start doing shop your closet shoe version? I'm gonna use my little vintage small clutch. It's not metallic, it's not teeny tiny, but it's the most kind of discreet bag that I have. I really need to up my bag game. Let me know if you thought those looks were a hit or a miss in the comments below. I know a lot of you had asked for a part 3 in this series about makeup and beauty. That is going to take some time because I am not an expert in that field at all, but I will definitely try and get it to you soon. And there will of course be another slow fashion video next week. So in the meantime, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something new, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Buona fine di settimana! Ciao!